Guys, it is comp week. It is Wednesday evening. It is almost 5 p.m. So secondary squats today and secondary bench. Normally I would do the session on a Tuesday, but because my comp was on a Sunday, I didn't want to have 4 full days of no squatting or heavy bench like in between. So had I have done my normal days, it'd be Tuesday squats, bench, and then I wouldn't be benching again until Saturday doing my priming bench, which would be fine. Like, I know it wouldn't have been a problem, but I would just feel more comfortable more with squats, to be honest. Like, I'd rather get the skill practice in with squats than I would for bench. Also, my hair feels really static, which is really annoying me. It's been a really good day. It's been a really good week, actually. So historically, when I have comps coming up, especially since moving house, I have gone into crazy woman mode on the last couple of weeks before comp, getting way too much stuff done around the house, like DIY stuff that I've been putting off for ages. Like, there is no one more productive than me on comp block. Like, the amount of work I get done every single time, like jobs around the house, actual work. But if you've watched these videos, you know that I did kind of mess my shoulder up a little bit, which I actually realised my shoulder wasn't just from the DIY, which I knew it wouldn't be just from that. I'm fairly sure that shoulder pain is linked to me adding chest press back in a couple of blocks ago, because I added in chest press machine again. Now every time I do it, there's like a slight pinch in my shoulder. I would say every time, not every single time, but most of the time when I do it. And I superset it with press ups, and it's very much like volume to failure, like high rep work. And as much as it made my bench feel decent when I first added it back in, I think that's actually where the shoulder stuff has come from. So I didn't include those on Sunday in my accessory day anyway, because I did barely any accessories on Sunday, and I'm doing none this week at all. So I'm fairly sure that I found the reason why my shoulder's not been great. And obviously it's an easy fix. I just probably won't do the chest press machine. Like, I'm gonna change my days up a little bit after comp anyway, which obviously I'll speak to you guys about when we get there next week. But my bench volume is essentially going to be going up. So anyway, it's comp week. I'm feeling good. Weight cut protocol came through on Sunday evening for the week. It's nothing too extreme. Like, I was sitting, let me find my body weight up from the weekend. So the goal was always to get me to about 85.5 by the comp week, so that I could just do a very minor, I think it's roughly 2% body weight cut, which is super, super comfortable. So Sunday morning, I woke up at 85.7, and then Monday morning I woke up at 85.6, and I've essentially just been going down like 100 grams a day. So I was 85.5 yesterday, 85.4 today, and all that we've done so far is just manipulate my fiber slightly. So normally I try and have like 30 plus grams a day, which that technically my goal is more like 35 a day, but I'd been a little bit slack last week. But generally like 35 plus grams of fiber a day is kind of like a minimum. So Monday, we limited my fiber to 20 grams, Tuesday, 15, today, Wednesday, 10. And then from tomorrow onwards, it's going to be pretty much no fiber, like less than 5 grams, which essentially just means that food volume has just started dropping, which so far this week, food volume's not been crazy low because I still had a little bit of fiber in there. But from tomorrow onwards, so 3 days out, food volume will naturally just be a lot lower because there is like no fiber in my diet. Calories are the same, so overall energy intake is the same. It's literally just that fiber that we're manipulating along with fluid. So again, nothing drastic. Like, I tend to drink about 3.5 to 4 litres of fluid a day. Jane had me tracking my fluid intake the week before, so last week, 2 weeks out, just to get an idea of roughly what I was having a day. And we've been slowly just increasing from each day. And I think today we're over the 5 litre mark, which isn't that much more than normal, like at all. So it's been fine. It's just a case of making sure I get it in early enough in the day that I'm then not up all night peeing. But today's the first day where I've kind of noticed the water intake. Like, I've had to be a lot more mindful. Like, the first couple of days, didn't really feel much different to normal because I generally always have a drink next to me and I'm always sipping. Also made the scary executive decision to have no more monsters after today until comp. I've only had one today because we ran out. I had one monster today, which I had like 11 o'clock this morning, and it lasted me a couple of hours anyway. But essentially, because my fluid intake is going to be going up anyway, it's a lot easier to get that in through like water, squash, than it is through caffeinated drinks anyway, or just like fizzy drinks in general, because I don't drink them very fast. Like, a can of Monster will literally last me at least a couple of hours. So my water intake's not increasing much more anyway, or like my fluid intake, not just water. But I'm basically just going to be like, save monsters for comp day, especially because today's my last day of like proper training. Like, squats are still pretty heavy today, bench is pretty heavy today. I'm feeling a bit weird about it, the fact that it's heavy. Like, I can't tell you how chill I've been. I don't think I really finished talking through the fact of like this week like I've been so calm, which is very weird for me. So because I was in like full productive mode, there's been a list of like coaching admin jobs, like obviously nothing that directly impacts my client per se, but like just bits I've been kind of putting on the back burner, putting off, like getting the coaching license with British Powerlifting. I've been meaning to do that since they first announced it, but it kept getting pushed to the bottom of my priorities because it's not actually active until the 1st of June. So I was like, as long as it's in, like I've got it sorted by then, and I don't think I'm coaching at a national comp until the second week of July. So I actually have time to get that done anyway. And then like other things, like I've been wanting to update my programming sheets for ages, but again, what I've got at the moment is fine and it works. There's just a few changes I've been wanting to make that help me as the coach kind of look back at things in more of like a problem solving kind of way. Like it gives me more data that I need, and like that's been a small update that I've been wanting to do for ages. I say small update, it didn't take me too long to do, to be fair, because I just adapted what I've already got, but it's something that I've been putting off for ages. So Monday, Tuesday, I just got all of these things done. I think Monday it was more like I think my website I got finished updating last week, and then like my sheets, my forms, everything I just went through with a fine-tooth comb and made sure I was happy with everything. And then yesterday, Tuesday, it was a case of coaching license, let's get it done. So I did the courses I had to do for that, and I got that all sorted. So that should hopefully be getting approved. I don't know how long they take to go through, but I've got everything I need for that. Also, I probably shouldn't say this, it concerns me, like, I was looking through the people that are on the coaching license register. Like, there isn't a lot of checking in place for who can have one. And for coaching license is a bit of a taboo topic because a lot of people are angry that it's come in, and I get it to an extent. Like, you need it to be able to handle at a national level comp now in British powerlifting. And I think people are annoyed for the fact of, like, what if they want to handle their friends? And, like, for me as someone that's self-coached, like, my friends normally handle me, so now I'm going to have to find someone that's on this coaching register to handle me, which is absolutely fine. Although I do think I can nominate someone underneath my own name, kind of like under my business, and they are a representation of me. So if anything obviously went wrong, they would be under me, but obviously nothing would go wrong. Anyway, I was looking through this, and I was like, you're probably going to get people that, like, I don't know, I was thinking of it from like a sub-junior kind of person coming into powerlifting. Their parents are like, right, I'm going to find you a coach. I want to approve this coach, because obviously they're not probably going to have much social media. They're not going to see who like the bigger named coaches are and stuff like that. So they're probably going to go on the British Powerlifting website, look at the list of approved coaches. And I just thought to myself, like, the only qualifications it asks you if you've got are your British Powerlifting level 1, level 2, or your IPF coaching like course if you've done those. And it does also say other, and it also has an option for none. So I haven't done the British Powerlifting specific courses because, in all honesty, like, I don't want to spend the money on it right now because I have other qualifications. Like, I have my level 2 gym instructor, level 3 PT, I have my level 5 in sports and exercise nutrition. I have like legitimate qualifications that you need if you want to work with people anyway, like in-person work with people. And obviously online isn't really regulated, but I was looking through, and like, I think the British Powerlifting coaching courses have definitely had before they were essentially useless, is what I'm going to say. Like, up until I think it was last year, they revamped them, and I think they are actually decent now from what I've been told. Like, they're a lot better than they were and actually beneficial to take, and I will consider taking them now that they are actually worth taking. But for years when I got into the sport, they were literally just not. Like, if you had your level 2 gym instructor, you basically did everything on there, and yeah, it wasn't worth my money essentially. But I was going through this coaching register, the amount of people that have ticked none, but not just that have ticked none, that have also said that they're available for in-person coaching, because when you sign up to this register, you press for you click for what services you offer. So for me, it's like remote coaching and game day handling, and then nutrition. Like, they were my main things. Like, I don't do in-person coaching, I don't do in-person personal training, I don't do hybrid because of that, because I don't think people quite register. And I don't know if it's just because they don't know or if they don't care, but if you're doing in-person sessions, unless you're obviously working through a gym that already has this all in place, which a lot of these names aren't, like, a lot of these people just do this out of their own garages, you have to have insurance, guys. Like, that's a thing, and the chances of you being sued are obviously slim, but also it can happen, and it's not worth the risk, like, at all. And I was just going through this, and I was like, so many people on here are saying they offer in person, and like, they don't work through a gym. They don't have any qualifications either. Like, they've literally just, like, a lot of them are like younger guys in particular. And it was like, you shouldn't be saying that you offer face-to-face. Like, you've just ticked that because you want to show that you offer as much as possible, when actually, no, like, you don't need to tick that, and you shouldn't be ticking that. And I just thought to myself, like, how many like parents are going to scroll through this list and find options for their kid and actually be like misled by the fact that people are saying that they can do these things that wouldn't know to check actual qualifications and stuff. And it was just a little bit concerning. But that's just my thoughts on it. And obviously, like, yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. That was a lot of talking, considering I wanted to just crack on and get the session done. Plan of action once I finish training is go in and have my protein shake and brioche to get my last of the carbs in I've got today and my last calories in for the day. And then walk Zuko, chill out, and yeah, just literally such a relaxed week, guys. Like, honestly, I'm way ahead on podcasts now. I have filmed like 4 in the last few days. I've had them. I didn't have any in yesterday, but I had them in like every day other than that. I filmed with Ziana on Sunday, which was really good. I filmed with Joe Borenstein on Monday, which was quite a short episode. I think he was quite surprised how short it was. Like, I only ever intended it to be like 45 minutes to an hour. And last time I had him on, I think it was like an hour and a half-ish, maybe. But last time I had him on, it was very much like the typical, like, how did you find the sport? What does your training look like getting to know him. Where this time it was more of like a recap of what he just did at Nationals, and then kind of just how he's feeling since, how his training's going, how he feels going to Worlds, who he thinks his competition's going to be, like, stuff like that. And it was quite a quick episode, but it was also like 10 p.m. at night here, and he did know this, and he felt really bad, to be fair. He was like, am I going to like eat into your recovery? Because he's very big on making sure he gets enough sleep for his training and stuff. And I was like, no, like, you're fine. Like, this is the chill week for me. Like, it's comp week, but like, it's chill. But anyway, yeah, we were done filming by like 11, and I think he was quite surprised how short the episode was, but it was just constant talking, so it was fine. Anyway, I had an episode with Melina filmed today as well, who was another 84 in GB, and it was a really good episode. Like, literally one of the most like fun episodes I've filmed. Like, it was just smiling and laughing the whole time, which was really fun. So yeah, anyway, it's been a really good week, and I'm now way ahead on. I've got the Worlds preview booked in next Wednesday evening, and then other than that, I'm literally done until the middle of June, like post Worlds. So that's really good. Very happy with that. And I think my next episodes will literally be like Worlds recaps. So I'm basically sorted until July, which, considering I was very behind recently, I'm very happy with that. Anyway, I am actually going to stop talking now. I feel like I've run through the weight cut plan. I've run through everything that I need to run through how I'm feeling. Like, I'm feeling calm. I'm feeling too calm. But I'm feeling a bit too calm to train, so that's not ideal. But I need to lock in and get this session done, and then go back to relaxing until comp.
Really been going back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like the neighborhood warriors. I don't miss, I don't play none. I don't diss, I don't say none. I go swish, that's an A1. I eat steak with no A1. Tell the chef I said thanks, tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good, tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back to back on the drops, drop a lot and she pack.
Okay, so literally just re-racked that. Very mixed feelings. So the plan for today, if you've been following the last few weeks, I've been a top set of 7 with back off 7s. So the plan for today, like, if it was a normal like off-season volume block, would have been aimed to do that for 7, which I've done before. But because it's obviously comp week, I don't want to push this secondary day too hard. So the plan was literally just going to be 170, so I get the same load for however many reps until it's an RPE 8. And I think because I knew in my head, like when I squatted 170 for 7 before, it was an 8, like at most. It was really comfortable. But I knew I had to do 7, so it was almost like I was mentally prepared to do 7. Where today, for some reason, all block I've been saying in my head, I'll probably do like 5-ish, which is stupid because I should have gone in with the intention of 7, 8 reps. I mean, I was capped at 7 anyway. But because I knew it was kind of up in the air of how many reps I was going to do, I think mentally I kind of checked out. And I didn't commit like I would if I was meant to, like if I had to do 7, I would have done 7, right? So I stopped after 4, and it felt like an RP 8-ish, but actually I think it was me being lazy, because warm-ups felt good. I felt strong. I just didn't want to do reps, which is really bad, but obviously I didn't want to continue my set and potentially risk overshooting and grinding out and having that fatigue carry over for the weekend, because normally I would push the second day to around RP 8 anyway. So anyway, I'm fine with it, like it is what it is. And everything felt strong, like I had a good, like if I was doing singles, I think I would have gotten a lot out of today. So now we just have to wait and see for Sunday, I guess. But I've got my back off 7s to do in a sec, which I think are 135, but I'm not sure. I need to check. But yeah, I think that was just a mental, like I've checked out kind of thing, because I knew I didn't have to do 7 reps, which is really not good, but it is what it is. Like there's no point obviously pushing harder than I need to this week. Like this week is about recovery. And I'm trying taking things easier than I normally would anyway, so we'll see if it pays off obviously on Sunday. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm just going to get the rest of the session done. Obviously if there's anything to talk through, I'll let you guys know. But I'm hoping to just crack on and kind of get it done. I'm going to have a 10-minute break after squats before bench just to get used to like comp conditions and stuff. Also going to start timing my rest now because I didn't do that on my warm-ups, which was really bad of me, just to make sure I'm having at least like 5 minutes between sets, just because Sunday is long flights. But yeah, nothing else to really say. Like obviously I'll recap anything if I think I need to, but if not, I'm just going to show you guys the session and then I'll check in with you probably not until Saturday now.
I just wake up, I don't say nothing. I'm on go, I don't stay long. I've been up now, that's a case wine. I've been down too, like the day strong. I got summer toys for the summer boy. I keep drummer boys in the summer boy. I keep making noise, I've been paranoid. This is God body, you can never void. I don't miss, I don't play none. I don't diss, I don't say none. I go swish, that's an A1. I eat steak with no A1. Tell the chef I said thanks, tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good, tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back to back on the drops, drop a lot and she pack the bags. She shot till we drop. These beats are up and beat 'em, these bags you can't believe 'em. I never saw the country but the money comes from Sweden. I meet 'em then I leave 'em, I wake up fight my demons. I never grew my circle, I can't trust you with my freedom. Give me lockdown, keep you locked out. Only when it's here, you look pop now. I get drops now, on the top now.
Okay, so I am going to recap that. Very mixed bag. I think more than anything, I think mentally I just wasn't in it today. I've been feeling more confident about comp the last few days. Like I had a call with Archie on Monday about his handling me and about like what attempts I think I'm going to go for. And after sitting with it for like another day, I decided I'm going to go for the more like risky, heavier openers and stuff, which they're not obviously risky. I would never do risky openers, but I decided to like push myself out of my comfort zone because this is like a fun comp. I'm trying something different. Like this training block looks really different to my previous heavy blocks and like my previous peaking blocks for comps and stuff. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I need to remember that. But I think tonight, I just mentally like, I just wasn't in it. I don't know if it's because I'm in weight cut mode, and I think that probably is part of it. Like in an ideal world, I would have actually trained this morning, matching comp times, and started lifting around like 10 or half 10, when I've been able to have like my carbs for the day first thing in the morning, because my carbs are lower at the moment. I don't think I actually mentioned, part of my weight cut is also slowly reducing my carbs and increasing my fat. Don't get me wrong, I think I'm still on like 205 grams of carbs today, so it's still a decent enough amount. But because obviously I'm like spreading stuff out between my meals, I didn't have tons of carbs pre-workout. I mean, to be fair, I had like 50 grams, so I had enough. But I think I'd have felt better training first thing in the morning, basically, because I think as the day goes on, I'm very focused on like hitting my macros, hitting my fiber goal, like getting my fluid and stuff in. And I just think my mind wasn't fully in the training session. And I do think part of it is possible to like a self-sabotage thing of like, if it doesn't work, like it doesn't work. And I don't really know how to explain it, but basically I think mentally I wasn't really fully in this session. Bench, I did also mess up. So my back off sevens on squat, I don't know if I filmed on my camera or not, I can't remember. If you haven't seen them, then I didn't. Back off sevens on squat was super comfortable. I only did 2 sets just to keep the volume a little bit lower, but still get the skill practice in and everything. And that was fine. And to be honest, my squat warm-ups all felt great. It was just that top set where I only did 4. Like I should have been able to do more than 4. And I could have sucked up a few more reps. Like it was at least, like at most it was an RPE 8. Like I had at least 2 reps left, if not more. And I think, again, like had I gone in saying to myself, you have to hit 7, I would have hit 7. I just think mentally, like, I was just a bit checked out. And it's not good, obviously. Like I shouldn't be. I should be, if anything, more checked in because it's comp week. But bench was a funny one. So my triples, my first, well, all 3 of my sets, no, not 3, all 4 of my bench sets didn't feel fantastic. My last set actually felt the best. Pauses were, basically it's technically meant to be a 2 count pause day, but I've literally just been doing like strict comp pauses all block, and that's fine for me. Like that's kind of the purpose of what I'm doing it for anyway. So I'm happy with the pauses. It just like, something just didn't feel right, which to be fair, I think actually sets me up better for Sunday, because I think typically if my bench feels really good on one of the days, it doesn't feel so good on the other. And there's not really a way to like predict which way it's going to be. Like I don't think it's necessarily like a programming issue that I've got, although I am changing things up after this block. But obviously again, I'll talk to you guys about that probably next week when this goes up. But yeah, bench didn't feel great. It moved fine, like watching the videos back, it was not as bad as it felt. But by the last set, I got my foot position right and everything just felt a bit better. I also think having an unrack on the day will help, because I know it was my first set that I filmed, my unrack felt terrible. And then last and press, it was just 5s today, so normally it'd be 7s. Again, just keeping the volume a little bit lower, just for a little bit of extra recovery, still getting the skill in and like the movement in. It was supposed to be 3x5 at 87.5, but for some reason I wrote in my diary 90 kilos. I've been doing 2.5 jumps on last and press, I'm pretty sure, all block, or at least that was what I was supposed to be doing. And so I loaded 90 for my first set of 5, and it just felt awful. Like, it moved and it was fine. It was just hard, and it shouldn't have been that difficult. And I think, again, mentally, like, I wasn't expecting it to be a struggle. So I went down to 85 for my last 2 sets, because I was like, it's not worth pushing through right now. Like, let's just lower the load, get the movement in, and like basically make up for the fact that I went too heavy on my first set, and the bench was just feeling a bit rusty. But like, the thing is, I'm still strong. Like, Sunday I'm still going to be strong. And I think Sunday I'll be in the mindset, like, this was all a mental thing today, I think. Like, Sunday I will be in the mindset to push, I hope. But I'll be in the mindset to just load up and go for it. Like, and even if I'm not, I have 7 weeks until my next comp, and I can really like check myself, because I think this block as well, because I failed on my like heavy week of last block, and last block, like all 3 lifts last block didn't really go to plan. I think this block has almost been a bit of a decompression block by accident, when actually it was supposed to be obviously comp block, focus, work hard, keep pushing. But I think that just threw a bit of a spanner in the works, and like it's just caused a bit of like a mental wobble. But I also know that like my body feels fresh, I feel good. I don't feel anywhere near as beaten up as I have done on previous like final weeks of the block and week 3s of the block and stuff as well. Like, this block I felt super fresh, and my primary days have all felt decent enough that I know I'll be fine on Sunday. I just have to get to Sunday and keep that confidence and work hard, like actually work hard. So yeah, but basically just want to say, I think the issue with tonight's session was that I just mentally checked out, which is not good, but it's fine. It's all good. All I've got left this week is my priming bench on Saturday, and that's literally it. So now I can literally just relax until comp day. Like, that priming bench is just 3 doubles at 90. Obviously I'm going to take it seriously. But yeah, 3 doubles at 90 on Saturday, and that's literally all I've got to do. I'm also going to do that fairly late on Saturday, like just before I leave, basically. I don't know what time I'm leaving here yet, because I'm getting a hotel Saturday night. But I found, like, I was thinking back, and not that I think it will make much of a difference, this is a very minor detail, but when I've done my priming bench later in the day and then trained early the next morning, like at powering through for my end of block singles, they've felt better. So basically keeping the sessions a bit closer, I think, is better for my bench, which will link into some of the decisions I'm making for bench next block. But again, I'll talk about that in the next video, one of the next videos. Anyway, gonna stop talking, gonna head in, have my last bits of food for the day. We are in wake up mode the next few days. I don't think there's really anything to show you guys, because it's literally just like, I've explained what we're doing, I've explained kind of the process, and just from naturally kind of my fibre down, my food volume is lower, which is literally the purpose of a gut cut. I could still lower the food volume even more if we need to, but we're just taking it a day at a time, and we'll see what happens. But body weight is in a really good spot anyway. Like, I'm much lighter now than I was this close to British, so we're all good. And honestly, I'm really excited for comp to be over and to find that drive to really push again. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Okay, so I'm just really quickly checking in. I probably won't show you what I'm about to do. Basically, it's 3:30. Well, no, it's not. It's 10 to 4. I'm so off on the time. It's 10 to 4, Saturday afternoon. I'm competing in the morning. I'm now about to just quickly get my priming bench done. 3 doubles at 90 kilos. My camera hasn't got much battery, so I'm probably not going to include the clips of it, but it's going to be fine. Anyway, I will update you guys when I get to the hotel room on what's been going on today. I wake up and everything, because I'll also know then when I get there kind of what my body weight's sitting at, what I need to do. But let's just say I'm a little bit nervous about the fact that I think we're going to have a repeat of the British where my gut cut wasn't overly effective, but we will deal with that, and that is obviously just, it's fine. I'm just going to trust the process and do what I need to do later, but we have protocols in place to make sure I make weight. Anyway, I just want to check in quickly and just say I am about to do my priming bench. I'm competing in the morning. I'm feeling mostly good. I'm feeling a little bit tired and stuff today, but I think that's just because of like, I'm anticipating feeling a bit crap from the weight cut, because like this is the worst day of it. But again, I'll go into more details probably later on tonight when I'm at the hotel and just give you guys a full update of what's been going on the last few days. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna get my priming bench done. My camera is not in focus. That's better. I am in the hotel room. I have just got here. It's 10 to 8, so actually I've been here like 15-20 minutes. Let me tell you guys what's going on. So making weight it's been fine. Like, I've just followed the protocol. I don't mind weight cuts. I don't mind how harsh a weight cut has to be. At the end of the day, I have to make weight. And like, it's a regional comp, so technically I could have just entered this and not worried about making weight. But it's my first comp working with Jane. Like, it's good for her to learn what works for me, trial different things, trial slightly different methods. Like, this is much more structured than what I would normally do myself, because I kind of just, I don't want to say I wing it by myself. Obviously I know what I'm doing. I have a plan in place, but there's like, I make my own adjustments as I go. Like, I don't write everything down and follow it to a T. Like, I just make it work, which obviously has always worked for me. But with Jane, obviously we had a more structured plan, and then just as the week, well, I think it was Friday night, yesterday night, we made a few adjustments for today's plan and for yesterday, just to account for where my weight was. So, kind of what's been going on. We've been gradually dropping fibre throughout the week, which automatically makes my food more calorie dense, which automatically reduces food volume, which automatically reduces kind of gut weight, starts the gut cut process. And then from Thursday, it was essentially no fibre. It was less than 5 grams of fibre a day. I did still have a meal that had meat in on Thursday, which was like meat, rice. It was fatty cuts of meat. It was like pork, had some chorizo in there, some cheese, rice, and that was like my meal. That was my main meal of the day. The rest of my meals were kind of yogurt, brioche, chocolate, nuts, like anything like that, to kind of just bulk up my calories with calorie dense foods. But I still want to have one decent meal, because during the week my weight was dropping pretty well, and I was on Thursday morning 85.2, so I was 1.2 kilos over Thursday morning, and Thursday was when the actual proper cut started in terms of basically no fibre. So Friday I woke up and I was still 85.2, which was not great. That was the moment where I was like, oh God, this might not be as easy as I thought. Because during the week, my weight was dropping pretty well, just from like Monday onwards. And I was losing like roughly 200 grams a day without really changing tons, like just slowly dropping my fibre. But that first day of having essentially no fibre, I expected a little bit more of a drop. But Jane was like, Sian, like, you're fine. It doesn't matter. You don't need to see a big drop until the day of comp. Like, obviously I don't want to make weight early either. And I knew this beforehand, and we didn't really speak about this in this much detail. Like, she was just very much like, you don't need to be at weight yet. So I basically was fine. And as of Friday, it was all completely calorie dense, like fast digesting foods. So my protein just came from shakes, yogurt, and then I had some, I mean, I could have had like eggs and stuff as well, but I don't really enjoy them. So pretty much my diet from Friday and Saturday was yogurt, chocolate, cashews, orange juice, like protein shakes, like I can't remember what I've said. Basically just very calorie dense foods. And that was fine. So I went to bed Friday night after 6 litres of water, or fluid, I should say. Obviously my shakes and stuff are included in that. And I went to bed at 85.8. So I was like, oh, yes, I'd normally drop out 1.4 kilos overnight, which is kind of the average we've been seeing. I dropped 800 grams overnight. So this morning, Saturday morning, one day I woke up at 85.0, which is exactly what happened with my cut into British. Like, to the T, exactly what happened with my cut into British. I ended up hardly dropping anything overnight, which then set me up to wake up heavy. And then obviously I had to hot bath, like I didn't wake up at weight. Now today, the protocol, this has been the hardest day, like by far the hardest day. Like, it's been fine because comp is tomorrow. I don't care, I'll do what I've got to do to get there. But I obviously woke up at 85 on the dot, and that's fine. Like, I'm not panicked at that, it's not a problem. The biggest drop is going to happen after today's protocol anyway, and I'll see that in the morning, hopefully. But basically the plan for today was even less carbs, more fat, just to balance out my calories, keep them as they are, but get those carbs down, just to help reduce water weight a little bit. And then fibre, again, non-existent essentially. Fluid, 1.25 litres. And that has been the hardest part, especially because obviously I'm drinking a lot of my calories. So today I basically just had protein shakes. I've had 2 protein shakes, and then I had to make them quite thick as well, just to save myself some water, so that I could also have like 1 bottle of nice, like, I just had squash, like, but all my fluid had to be consumed by 3, and then I ended up having my last food just before 6 p.m, which was the plan, like food cut off at 6. So I weighed myself about 3:30, and it was just before I went and did my priming bench session, and I was 85.8, I think, or 85.9, which that was after all fluid had been consumed, and that's fine. Like, I've still been peeing ever since, and that's fine. The plan is essentially to try and go to bed 85.2 or below, is what we said, because again, I should in theory drop 1.4 overnight, which will set me up nicely to wake up in the category. I haven't compared my scales to the comp scales just because I haven't had the chance to, but my scales are normally pretty much bang on the comp scale, so I'm not concerned. And I would like to leave the hotel at 84, kind of on the dot, so that I know by the time I've gotten there, waited to weigh in, I'll be fine. But I actually just weighed myself. It's now 5 to 8, and I weighed myself as I got into the hotel room about 7:30, and my weight is already down to 85.3. So my weight is kind of falling off now, which is exactly what we need. This hotel room is also boiling, and I've put the cold air on, and it's just not doing anything. So that will also make me sweat, and I've brought trackies and this sweatshirt to sleep in as well, so I can just sweat a little bit more overnight. If I feel super thirsty, I intend to just kind of swirl some water around my mouth, which probably sounds a bit gross, but I just get that feeling. But most of all, I feel fine. Like, I'm still peeing clear. I'm actually not dehydrated. I just feel rough because I haven't really had much to drink. Energy levels have also been pretty low today, but I think that's also just from a busy week. Like, obviously I've tried to relax as much as possible this week, but I've been getting up super early every day with Zuko, or earlier than I normally do. I haven't really been going to bed early to account for it either, so that's obviously not ideal. And then this morning I got up at 7, we walked him pretty much straight away, and then I literally was just getting all my work done so that I can have obviously tomorrow off for comp, and then it was a case of getting the food shop done, ready for comp day, and then get my session done and go. I did also have a nap this afternoon, I won't lie. I literally laid on the floor with Zuko after I had finished the food shop and all my work, and he never lay still. And I literally laid on the floor with him and expected it to last like 30 seconds before he attacked me, and he just laid there, and we laid there for half an hour, and I was like in and out of sleep. And then he kind of got up and went and laid like the other side of the room where it was a bit cooler. So I just got up and I went to bed for like an hour and a half. And I definitely needed it. I've felt better ever since. And it also made it a little bit easier with obviously not being able to drink because I was asleep. And then I woke up and I had like 40 minutes to get in the rest of my fluid, which was like 600 mils roughly. So half of what I've had today. But yeah, that's where we're currently at. Obviously, I'm not going to do the comp recap in this video. Like, this has been my week of training leading to comp. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling okay. I don't enjoy weight cutting, but it's also not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. I have the option. I've got a bath in my hotel room, so if my body weight is above 85 tonight, I might actually have a little bit of a bath tonight. But I'm thinking if I'm 84.9 or below, I'm just going to go to bed, wake up about 6. I weigh in at 8, and it's like a 5-minute walk from the hotel room to the venue. So I'm also in flight B and towards the end of flight B, so I'll be weighing in one of the last. All my food and drink is left in the car overnight next to the venue as well. So all I have to do in the morning is get up, check my weight about 6 in the morning roughly. If I'm 84.4 or below, just going to leave it and I'll see where I'm at before I leave. If I need to spit, if I'm within 300 grams, I'll just spit. But yeah, it should be fine. Obviously, I'll update you guys on what ends up happening on the morning of comp when I get into the next video, which will be my comp recap. But I just want to put this together, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions about weight cutting or anything like that, obviously leave them down below. It's my first time doing this with a nutrition coach and not just doing it myself. And it's been a lot more calm. Like, I felt a lot more relaxed about it, obviously because I just trust her fully. So yeah, anyway, let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you want to see. Obviously, comp recap will be the next video, and I'll let you guys know how the rest of the weight cut goes.
I get free. I don't go bustin', I go plain Jane, watch me ski. Yeah, I see you now, I could tell you watching me. I go ghost, but tell me I'm more like his Lee. Rockstar, baby, turn pops.